Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News, broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Lebanon's Higher Defense Council announced that it gave orders to prevent Israel from building a border wall on what it defined as Lebanese land, amid rising tensions over territorial and maritime boundaries between Beirut and Jerusalem. The IDF reinforced its troops with 3 additional battalions due to concern over an outbreak of a new wave of terrorism and violence across the Palestinian territories. A Palestinian official confirmed that Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Palestinian counterpart Mahmoud Abbas are planning to discuss a possible new mediation mechanism for resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, seeking to bypass Washington. Lebanon's Higher Defense Council announced that it gave orders to prevent Israel from building a border wall on what it defined as Lebanese lands, amid raising tensions over territorial and maritime boundaries between Beirut and Jerusalem.
وقد أعطى المجلس الأعلى للدفاع توجيهاته للتصدي لهذا التعدي لمنع إسرائيل من بناء ما يسمى بجدار الفاصل على الأراضي اللبنانية.
The border wall, which Israeli officials told TV7 is planned to be built from the Mediterranean Sea to the border with Syria on Mount Hermon, aims to prevent the elite Radwan force of the Iranian-backed Hezbollah from infiltrating Israel during a conflict and trying to capture an Israeli town or military outpost, an act that would deal a severe blow to Israeli morale and a boost to the Iranian proxy. As part of the construction's progress, priority is being given to areas near Israeli towns or villages and other spots designated by the IDF as high risk that offer Hezbollah a topographic advantage that can allow for easier infiltration into the Jewish state. While the IDF made it clear to the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, UNIFIL, that the wall is being exclusively constructed on Israeli lands and does not violate Lebanese sovereignty, Lebanon's leaders have accused Israel of violating its territory and by doing so threatening the stability of the border region.
بعد العرض والمناقشة تبين أن هذا الجدار في حال تشييده سيعتبر اعتداء على الأراضي اللبنانية وسيكون بمثابة خرق واضح للقرار الصادر عن مجلس الأمن رقم 1701.
In an effort to alleviate the tension between Beirut and Jerusalem and avert a possible conflagration, the United States has offered to serve as a broker between Lebanon and Israel. According to several reports that were confirmed by TV7, Assistant to the U.S. Secretary of State David Satterfield relayed this message in meetings this week in Beirut and called on Lebanese officials to conduct themselves with restraint. A UNIFIL spokesman said last night that a United Nations peacekeeping force in southern Lebanon had been monitoring the work that Israel has been doing and was working to prevent an escalation. Now to the West Bank, where the IDF reinforced its troops with 3 additional battalions due to concern of an outbreak of a new wave of terrorism and violence across the Palestinian territories. The decision to bring in reinforcements was made in a situation assessment meeting held by IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Gadi Eisenkot during a visit to the West Bank settlement of Ariel, where an Israeli man was murdered on Monday. The IDF believes that there is a growing trend of motivation to carry out attacks against Israelis, which was inspired by the murder in Ariel and previous attacks in which Rabbi Raziel Shevach was murdered last month by a Hamas cell from the area of the Palestinian city of Jenin. The IDF, in coordination with Israel's security services, acted intensively in the last few days to foil terror attacks across the West Bank, as well as conducting a manhunt seeking to bring to justice those responsible for the terror attacks that claimed the lives of 2 Israelis. The military activities included daily operations in Palestinian villages, which led to intense pressure on the local population and resulted in numerous clashes between Palestinians and the Israeli military. Now to the West Bank city of Ramallah, where a Palestinian official confirmed that Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Palestinian counterpart Mahmoud Abbas are planning to discuss a possible new mediation mechanism for resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that after the Palestinians deemed Washington as untrustworthy. Spokesman for the Palestinian leader's Fatah faction, Nasser El-Qudwa, said the Palestinian leadership finds it imperative to establish a new mechanism that will bypass what the Palestinians perceive as Washington's bias towards them.
أعتقد أيضاً أنه موضوع قيام المجتمع الدولي بتأسيس آلية جديدة للعناية بالعملية السياسية المحتملة بهدف حل الصراع الفلسطيني الإسرائيلي. هذا الموضوع أيضاً سيحظى بالنقاش لأنه موضوع مهم بالنسبة لكل الأطراف الدولية.
The decision on the new mediation mechanism is scheduled to take place where Putin and Abbas will meet in the Russian resort city of Sochi on the 12th of February. An Israeli official responded to the Palestinian attempt to bypass the United States, emphasizing there is no alternative to Washington's mediation, which is a key component to any political process that is viable to succeed. The official further stated to TV7 that the Palestinian attempt to bypass the Americans clearly indicates their unwillingness to genuinely work toward a just solution that will end the decades of bloodshed between the Palestinian people and the Jewish state. Now to Paris, where French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian accused the Islamic Republic of Iran and Turkey of violating international law in Syria. In an interview to the BFM television, the French top diplomat also called on Tehran to immediately remove the militias it backs from the war-torn country.
Que va faire la France? Le droit international est violé. Il est violé par la Turquie.
Il est violé par la Turquie, il est violé par le régime de Damas, il est violé aussi par l'Iran, il est violé par ceux qui attaquent la Daesh, il est violé par ceux qui attaquent Idlib.
Est-ce que nous sommes en train d'abandonner ceux qui ont combattu l'État islamique?
Pas du tout. Il faut demain que, à Genève, le processus de transition politique se mette en place, sinon il n'y a pas d'issue. Et le processus de transition politique, il concerne l'ensemble des zones affectées par les crises.
Est-ce que vous exigez le retrait de l'armée turque de cette région de Syrie?
Le retrait de tous ceux qui n'ont rien à faire en Syrie.
Oui.
Tous ceux qui n'ont rien à faire en Syrie, y compris les milices iraniennes, y compris le Hezbollah. C'est ça la situation. On ne peut pas uniquement se focaliser sur un point.
The demands for a Turkish and Iranian withdrawal from Syria is far from declared plans by both Ankara and Tehran to bolster their military involvement in the war-torn country. As part of the coordination between the two countries and Ankara's aspiration to safeguard its border region, Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu visited Iran for meetings with the leadership of the Islamic Republic, during which he discussed with both his Iranian counterpart Mohammad Javad Zarif and Iranian President Hassan Rouhani the latest updates regarding Turkey's operation in northern Syria that aims to eradicate Kurdish militias. The meetings aimed at coordinating the latest developments in Syria, since Iran urged Turkey to stop its military offensive early this week, saying the Turkish operation in the northern Afrin region breached Syrian sovereignty and would increase tension across Syria. Thank you for joining us. You can also watch us at TV7israelnews.com or at TV7.fi. For any updates from Israel and its region, visit our Facebook page at TV7 Israel News. For any comments, please send your emails to israelnews@tv7.fi. Keep praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Yair Pinto. Have a good evening, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the Donate logo, located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page, or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate, and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.